Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Geek Nostalgia Podcast. I'm your host, Gene Arona, joined as always by.
What's going on, everybody? It's Dave.
And today we're going to get into the Mount Rushmore of actors. So, as usually the case, let's set the table. Dave, I'm going to start with you. How did you go about qualifying who goes on your mountain?
Mount Rushmore. Put the greats up there. Now, there's only 4.
Hmm?
So there's at least 20 greats. And in fact, I'm forgetting one now that probably would have changed my list now, thinking about it. But the ones I put up there are the ones that 95% of their movies, at least, I can watch and enjoy.
Okay.
Like, they don't have terrible ones, really. If they do, it may be 1 out of 20, something like that. But they're the ones that I know they're in this movie. It's a good chance I'm going to like it.
Okay.
Love it. Enjoy it even more than I would a normal movie. So digging into that from the 80s to current day, that's what made my decision. That's what I based it on.
Okay. I had a similar energy. The only thing I would add, where mine's maybe a little bit twistier, is that I really wanted to capture the folks that I felt had the greatest contribution to me being a film lover, meaning they taught me how to love movies. So that's real simply put. I'm not saying they're the greatest ever. I'm just saying they're the ones that are largely responsible for me enjoying movies today.
Well, and to hit on it, this isn't Schwarzenegger. I mean, he's one of the best 80s action stars.
Oh,
This is performing.
Yeah.
Like films here, not just popcorn flicks.
Right. And characters, stories. Like, yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Dave. So do you want to go first? And actually, let me ask you this. Do you want to hit your Mount Rushmore and then do honorable mentions, or do you want to start with the honorable mentions and then go into Mount Rushmore?
Let's start off with Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
And then we'll do, I only have one on, well, no, I'm going to throw a second one in there.
Okay.
But yeah, the main 4 and then a couple of honorable mentions.
Okay. Well, in no particular order, give me one.
I think we're going to have a couple of the same.
Nice.
But Denzel Washington, from such films as Training Day, Equalizer, John Q, Malcolm X, American Gangster, everything he's done. I don't think I've ever seen a movie of his that I didn't like or enjoy. He's incredible. He only gets finer with age.
Right off the tee, Dave, we have a match. Denzel is also on my Mount Rushmore. You called out a lot of the movies that I wrote down. Fallen, You Got Game, Remember the Titans, Training Day, American Gangster, Man on Fire, Equalizer. With Denzel, there's a presence, there's a consistency, there's his verbal language and his physical language, body language. You know, he can look at someone and smile a certain way, and you feel things like, oh shit, what's coming next? So he, like you said, he's just somebody that if I see them on the casting notes and on the trailer somewhere, if he's attached to the property anyway, I know I'm getting at minimum a very good quality something, because he is that good. He can carry a film. So that's why he made my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, and he can completely do any role. Like, he has range here. You know, historical, action, gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Even a John Wick version with the Equalizer. I mean, loving father, doing anything he can for his family, like in John Q. But it's something about his presence when he's on screen. Your eyes are glued to him.
Yeah.
Like, even Virtuosity. You seen that one?
Negative.
No?
I'll look it up.
Okay. He co-stars Russell Crowe again.
Okay.
Russell Crowe plays a bad guy. It's like a futuristic tech kind of movie.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting. But only movie I've seen with him with dreadlocks.
Oh, it's hard to
No,
picture
not
him.
dreadlocks, cornrows. He had cornrows like at the beginning.
Okay.
I believe.
All right.
But that one is probably one of his more questionable movies.
Fair enough.
It's still good.
Yeah.
Like I have it in 4K, so it's still good enough to own.
Okay.
Yeah, incredible actor.
Yeah. Yeah. He's actually the one that I felt compelled to speak the least about because it's Denzel.
Yeah, there's not much to say. I mean, you know who it is.
Yeah. Just, yes. So I'm not going to say anything else because he's Denzel.
Name says it all, which you can say that about everybody on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. I'll give you my second one, Robin Williams. Now, if one were to put thought into that, it's like, well, but why? The fact is, I think he is a generational talent as someone who could be extremely funny and silly, but also incredibly serious, but also incredibly charismatic and charming. Like that's what Robin Williams was to me. And when I think about some of the early flicks that I watched of his, that again made me care about films. Good Will Hunting. He played an incredible doctor, academic in that movie. He voiced the genie in Aladdin. He dressed up as a woman, Mrs. Doubtfire. Dead Poets Society inspired young men through poetry. Hook. How do you bring emotional depth to a Peter Pan story? I don't know. He did it though. Jumanji, which again, that's more of a family flick, fun stuff. Patch Adams made me feel some things, sir.
Oh yeah.
Some of the speeches, some of the writing in that film is all time great. But that's what it was, is that he can present a character and make you feel for them, regardless of what kind of character, regardless if it's serious, regardless if it's goofy. And he could stop on a dime between characters and emotions and still be effective. He was a remarkable actor, and I hate that we lost him as young as we did.
Yeah, we have another match because Robin Williams is on mine as well.
No kidding.
It's between him and Jim Carrey, and I was like, you know what? I get more out of Robin.
Okay.
Like he's touched me more than Jim. Jim, he's funny. You know, I love a lot of his movies. Robin he touches you.
He does, simply put.
Birdcage, The Birdcage. Great, hilarious movie. Jack. Just like Patch Adams, Jack struck me a couple of emotional ways. Bicentennial Man. That wasn't a comedy. That was straight up acting. He's done some serious roles. He's done some comedic roles. And being the comedian that he is, even the stand up was great. Mork and Mindy.
Oh yeah.
He used to be roommates with Christopher Reeve. And then the tie-in with him and the actress that played April O'Neil in the original Turtle movie. Had some time with that. Huge Turtle fan himself. Great actor. One of the best things I think I've seen of him is Inside the Actor Studio. If you've never watched his interview on that, you need to.
Okay, I'll look that up.
It is incredible. Because he stands up, he goes out into the audience, and then he just forgets he's in an interview. And now he's performing for everybody here and doing all these things.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets off track so much. That's just the way his mind worked.
And let us not forget, Dave, this man battled depression his whole life.
Yeah, and it being his demise.
It did. But to think about the dynamics there of someone who's so deeply depressed and yet so strikingly good at making other people feel things.
And that's kind of a common thread with comedians.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah. The people who laugh the most are the saddest type situation.
Right.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, we're 2 for 2 at this point. I'm certain that's not going to happen on number 3. I'm going to let you go first this time.
All right. Let's go into a older gentleman. Pretty much like he was distinguished from the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Okay. Very nice.
Shawshank Redemption. Lean on Me. Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood.
Oh, yeah.
And even Robin Hood, like one of my favorite Robin Hoods with Kevin Costner.
Oh. I have to look that up. I didn't realize he was in that.
He plays his sidekick.
I haven't watched that since I was a kid, though. I
Oh,
know
okay.
the movie, though.
Yeah, he did pretty good there. And then you know, Driving Miss Daisy.
Okay.
Of course, he played God.
Evan Almighty.
Bruce Almighty.
Or Bruce Almighty, excuse me.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got that voice.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's a great actor, but he's got the voice.
Yes, he does.
Like when he narrates a movie, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a good one. This is serious. This is.
He could narrate the back of a cereal box, and it'd be interesting.
Right. I mean, I'm in for a show when he's talking.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as you hear that voice, you're stuck.
Well, there was a movie he did, Now You See Me, with
Right.
the magician. The fact that he narrates the trailer, like, he's worth hiring for a movie just to narrate the trailer.
Yeah.
That's drawing people in all by itself.
Yeah. And he's cool. Like he's always looked like an old man.
Yeah.
But then when was it? Early 2000s, was it? Where he had like his ears pierced
Mm-hmm.
or something, and he would do those kind of roles, and just he'd have a earring there, like trying to get more hip, I guess. So what's your next one?
My next one is Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Almost made it on your Mount Rushmore. It did make it on mine. Very specific reason, though. He was the first time that character actors ever became like a thing to me, because Jim Carrey, very physical comedy, right? But then where that intersected with me very specifically, Ace Ventura, In Living Color, Cable Guy, Dumb and Dumber, Mask, Liar Liar, Me, Myself, and Irene, although that was a little bit later, so it was Man on the Moon. And Sonic was later as well. But those early flicks, Ace Ventura, those first four on the list, first five, that was what comedy was to me for a very long time. And that was someone who is just utter goofball, disappears into a character, and you get this extremely exaggerated version of that. And I don't know why, but his brand of comedy struck me, and probably is what got me believing that a comedian could lead a movie, is seeing some of his films. Kind of an every guy, but then just goofy as shit. And
He was a strong entertainer for sure.
Hmm?
Yeah. Did you happen to see the movie where his vampire movie?
Hmm.
Once Bitten?
No.
One of his first roles.
Was that good?
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Look that up.
Yeah, it's a classic 80s comedy, high school style movie.
Okay. I'll look it up. By the way, a really fun rabbit hole is to go and look and see what the Wayans brothers thought about him, because they're the ones who put him on, right?
Oh, they thought he was incredible.
Yeah. And actually, there was a point in his early career where they're the only ones who would take a risk on him.
Yeah.
A lot of other folks in Hollywood, they were just turning him away. And the Wayans are like, no, this guy's hilarious.
I think specifically it was Keenan.
Yeah.
Keenan was like, this guy's great. You're going to love him. He's coming on our show.
Yeah. So that's my third slot on my mountain.
And it says a lot to be one of the only white people on a predominant black comedy show,
Oh, yeah.
especially in that time, because it was really not a lot of gray area. It was, if it was a black show, it was all black. If it was a
Oh, I
white show,
see.
it was all white. So
Yeah.
for him to come on and do that,
Well, it's also during a time in this country too when, like, studios were very cognizant of the image they were projecting. They didn't show a lot of, say, mixed race couples on TV or movies, and they were, I don't know, in my opinion, maybe a bit too hyper focused on demographic and not considering that those demographics might mix, which is what we ended up seeing later on, right? It opened up and kind of fused a little more down the road. But I think you're right. He just happened to come in at a time when these things were very, I hate to use the word segregated on TV, but you're right. Ultimately, you're right. But his talent shone through, and he had made the right friends.
yeah. And to be honest, I preferred In Living Color over SNL anyway.
You're not the only one, brother. There's a There's so many Reddit forums arguing that it's vastly superior to SNL.
Yeah, SNL has some good characters too.
Oh, yeah.
And then, they eventually got Eddie Murphy.
Mhm.
But could you imagine if the ones from In Living Color came over to SNL? How much more crazy that would be?
Well, yeah. It would have been interesting.
I can think of several people that I didn't care for in SNL.
Oh, yeah.
But In Living Color, everybody on there, I enjoyed every single one of them.
Yeah. So much talent on that show.
Incredible. And then Jim just being in there and
Yeah.
like the newscast person, they're doing the interview and his character's in the background. He's just doing whatever.
Right. Just being Jim.
Yeah. I mean, so much of that wasn't even scripted.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah, he's definitely a sight to see.
Yes.
Plus, you kind of get more than one actor with him because he can make his face into several.
Oh, yeah.
other actors.
Yes. His facial expressions are something else.
And you wouldn't think it, but when he wants to look like Jack Nicholson, he looks like him.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Uncanny.
Yeah. See, my last one here on Mount Rushmore, and I'd be surprised if you didn't have it. But Tom Hanks. No, you don't have that one.
I don't. He was there and I actually marked him off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks from my childhood, watching Big, Splash,
Mhm.
Turner and Hooch. These were funny movies.
Mhm.
And then just to see him develop through time into, Forrest Gump, Castaway, Philadelphia, imitating Mr. Rogers in A Beautiful Day. And then you wouldn't expect it, but a good action movie he did, Road to Perdition.
Mm-hmm.
I avoided that movie because I was like, I don't want to see Tom Hanks in that kind of a role.
Right.
But then I watched it and I was like, oh man, he can do that too. So a lot of Tom Hanks movies, I mean, I've never seen anything of his I didn't care for. He's an incredible actor along with everybody else. And I think he deserves to be on that. I mean, who doesn't know Forrest Gump?
I was going to say Forrest Gump was an important part of my childhood just because it was one of those films that is a lot deeper than you think the first time you watch it. Like you watch it again and again and there's always something else.
Yeah, and you can dig as deep as you want to into it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can approach that movie from so many different angles.
Yeah. It's infinitely quotable. The characters, I mean, Janae.
Right.
Just so good. Yes. So good. I don't even know how you would come across that script and quantify if it's going to be good or bad or not, just based on the words. I think it's a credit to the writers. It's a credit to Tom Hanks for bringing that character alive the way he did. But yeah, very, very nearly on my Mount Rushmore. He's in my honorable mentions.
Okay. He's there somewhere.
He is. Yes. Deservingly so. No, actually, my fourth was a Stallone.
Really, an action star.
An action star. And
is he up there because of Rocky?
Yes. Actually, he is.
I mean, it's great drama.
By the way, I have a whole section on Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I actually did the research on him, like Green Mile and all the other stuff that Toy Story franchise, Apollo 13, all the stuff he did. Man Caught Auto later on. But I ended up putting Sly up there because I needed to acknowledge the connection between the Rocky franchise and my personal life. Like my little brother's named Adrian. My mother told me my whole life that he was named after that sequence at the end of Rocky, after he wins the Rocky 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Adrian, I did it. Like that's how my little brother got his name. My mom told me that many, many times. But then there's not just the Rocky films, which by the way, I loved all of them. Even the one where he fights.
The fifth one, where he doesn't really fight.
Yeah, that one. Like, don't fight him in the street. Don't fight him in the street.
He's a street fighter.
The street fighter, right. Like, I liked all of them. I liked the characters. I thought, man, this is an action star with heart. Like, he makes you, like, he could act. He's an action star that can act. And then you get into stuff like Over the Top. Cobra is one of my favorite films of all time. I love Cobra. He was, like, I hate to say this to you, Dave, I like him more than Schwarzenegger to this day.
as a kid, it was more Schwarzenegger for me, but as I've gotten older and I can tell more,
Mhm.
Stallone is I do put a little above because he does have more of a range,
He does.
and he's like First Blood,
Mhm.
just like Rocky. It's a lot of drama there
Yeah, yeah.
and some good acting.
Well, in addition to playing those roles that were huge when I was super young, he also continued to play certain characters down the road, like Demolition Man. Some of these other flicks, he played larger than life characters, or at least he played them and made them larger than life. Like it's just it was over the top. Was that the one with the arm wrestling?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, turn the hat
that's the
around,
greatest truck driving arm wrestling movie ever made.
turns the hat around. All of a sudden, he has like super strength or something.
Oh, it's just getting serious.
He's locked in.
That's a movie, by the way, that I could watch on repeat,
Love that.
and that soundtrack lives in my head.
So, just like you had to have a comedian on your Mount Rushmore, I had to have the action star that made me care about action movies on mine. So I feel bad for not putting Tom Hanks on there, especially because you think about stuff like Green Mile, like just amazing. But I can live with this kind of top four, if you will. But I have some honorable mentions. At least one of them I think is honestly going to shock the hell out of you. But do you want to start with the honorable mentions? You want me to start with the honorable mentions?
Well, let me go back to Stallone real quick.
Yeah.
I had thought about him because of Rocky and First Blood,
Mhm.
his performances there. But I had to put people where almost every performance they have was bad. Not
Respect.
just shoot and kill the bad guy.
Mhm.
So he was a consideration. So yeah, I didn't expect Stallone to be on yours.
Yes.
And you know what's funny is, so he's the action star. He can also do drama.
Yeah.
He can also do corny, like Rhinestone.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've seen that one. He plays a country singer. He can't sing that well.
I believe it.
But then in real life, he's a comedian. Like, he's always making everybody laugh and joking around with everybody. Like, he's known to be a very funny guy
Yeah.
in real life. So, yeah. So honorable mentions. Go ahead.
All right.
How many you got?
I have four, but I'm not going to go deep on any of them. I'm just going to tell you why they're honorable mentions and why they didn't make it.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave my surprise for last. Tom Hanks, because he should have been there. He was just, I changed to Stallone last night. Okay. Sitting in bed last night, he's Stallone, but Tom Hanks should have been there for all the reasons that you mentioned, all the reasons I mentioned. Mel Gibson shouldn't surprise you at all because he's had a long history. I loved stuff like The Patriot, the Lethal Weapon movies. There's been so many things he's done that, in a similar manner to some of these other guys, like he's in it, it's going to be minimum at least certain good. Now, obviously, he's had some stinkers, but he's someone who I've relied on for consistent entertainment. Johnny Depp. He just because he's been a hell of a character actor all the way to Edward Scissorhands through Pirates of the Caribbean flicks, the Willy Wonka flicks, just an amazing character actor. But the one I'm going to throw at you that I think is going to surprise you, and tell me if I'm wrong, Will Smith. Now, hear me out. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to me is one of the greatest shows ever made, and to me that's a lot and due to the part that he was able to show so much heart with that character and growth at times, especially the episode where he meets his father Lou.
Yeah, that was an emotional one.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, the old, why don't he want me, man?
Yeah. After this whole speech, right? Like, I learned to fight for myself. I learned to shave. I learned to play basketball myself. Learned to blah blah blah. I don't need anything. You can't teach me anything I don't know myself because you know the speech. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But then you take a few steps beyond that show, and he's already getting into the Bad Boys flicks, Enemy of the State, Independence Day, like a lot of what I would call modern action flicks compared to what we had in the 80s and ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about that later on. But compared to what we've seen in the 80s stuff, more complex action flicks, more is beginning of Michael Bay's era, so there's a lot of explosions we were seeing then. We obviously see a hell of a lot more down the road. But then you stuff like Enemy of the State, kind of very smart, intelligent action. I'm not a fan necessarily of the part of his career where it was very drama focused. That's not the Will Smith I'm interested in.
So you don't care about Ali?
Not as much.
Okay.
The dramatic stuff where he focuses most of the movie on crying, but like his early career, the early part of his career, early the early mid '90s through the early 2000s, that part of I really enjoyed his stuff a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. Not enough to get on Mount Rushmore because the back half of his career, there's kind of hit and miss stuff in there for me. But that's kind of where my honorable mentions are.
Okay. I mean, I liked some of his drama stuff. Ali, Legend of Bagger Vance.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, he's definitely done some good stuff.
The movie he did with his son where he tried to be an investment banker or something like that.
Yeah.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
And then Hitch.
I liked Hitch.
I mean, comedy, but still.
I'm good with that. I'm good with his romantic comedy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. So one of mine, I only have two here. And one I just added during this show.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, he never popped in my head for some reason, but he should have. The one that popped in my head this show, I'm going to say Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
I mean, he kills every role he does. And it's almost like he's getting better and better. If that's even possible. So I find myself, I didn't really care for him so much back Titanic and before that because it was all the girls wanted him. And I was like, yeah, I don't like him. But now that I'm older and he's older, like every time he performs, I'm like, it's my guy right there. And I love his performances.
Yeah, I remember during that era when I would hear ladies talk about how cute he is. I'm like, yeah, go watch Basketball Diaries. Or What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah. Although he was in Critters. Critters 3?
Oh, I didn't know that.
As a child.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I had no
It
idea.
was a child role, but he was still there.
Okay.
But yeah, he's great. And if Mount Rushmore could have had a fifth, probably would have been him.
Okay. Respect.
If I'd have thought about it. If not, it would have been this one that I did have down, Michael Keaton.
Oh, I respect the hell out of that.
Just thinking about it, he did action with Batman. Very convincing as Batman. The Founder, where he played Ray Kroc. It's about McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't think I watched that. No.
That's pretty good. Mr. Mom. All his comedies, the Gung Ho, Mr. Mom.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Frost.
Loved it.
That touched me.
Mm-hmm.
Pacific Heights and Desperate Measures. Those two, he plays some really serious characters. I don't know if you've seen those. Desperate Measures is the one where he had an organ match for this detective's son or something. So he agreed to do it, and then he gets out of it because he's intelligent, and that's how he plans his escape, his getaway. And then Pacific Heights, he plays this guy that he pretends to rent this apartment from this couple. And he gets in there and he goes under squatter's rights.
Oh.
So he ends up staying there for as long as he wants, doesn't pay anything. And then by the time he does move out, he has stripped everything out of the apartment.
Yeah, that definitely didn't see that.
He plays a real creepy person in that one.
Well, he is someone who's done the whole spectrum, serious to comedic, and hell, he did that movie. What was it? He clones himself.
Multiplicity.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely has the range.
Yeah.
And I love everything I've ever seen him in. So yeah, I mean, can't go wrong with a Keaton film.
Well, so in Spider-Man: Homecoming, I was trying to emphasize to Maya like how great of an actor he is, and when we're rewatching that movie, one of the million times we watched it, I said, and this is the scene where Michael Keaton is driving Pete and his girlfriend to Homecoming, and Michael Keaton's driving, and you just see Michael Keaton's eyes through the rear view mirror. And I turned to Maya and I say, look at how much emotion he can project just with his eyes. I mean, you think about how little space that is just with his eyes. But he's one of the great ones. He can do that with his voice and his eyes alone.
And like I said, Batman, that's the ultimate superhero there. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge Batman fan.
Oh, yeah.
And then comedy, he can be really funny. Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Beetlejuice, yeah.
That was nothing but comical.
Yeah.
Those are my two honorable mentions.
All right. Well, that's my whole mountain and some.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Had a couple of the same.
Yeah, I did not expect that. So that's awesome. I will say the biggest surprise for you, or for your mountain for me, was Morgan Freeman. But I totally get it. I do. That's definitely earned.
Yeah, and I recently saw an Ernie Hudson movie. The Hand That Rocked the Cradle, I think.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
No. Rosemary's Baby. No, I'm confused. Which one was it? I think it's The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yeah.
It's the one where they have this sitter come in to watch the kid, and then she tries to turn the kid into hers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that The Hand That Rocks the Cradle?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, Ernie Hudson plays a specially challenged person, and he shows up to start making money and doing some handiwork around the house. And just the acting he does in that movie is incredible. I didn't realize he had that kind of performance in him.
Oh, yeah.
But that was great. So I did consider him, but it was just that one movie. Everything else he's played, Ghostbuster or a teacher, something like that.
I mean, we talked literally for 5 minutes about Michael Keaton and for almost forgot an entire franchise with Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's so many other different things he's done.
That's what I'm saying. When you got that kind of career, you can forget an entire damn franchise. Yeah, you've done some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, this was another fun one. A little more challenging than I thought it would be, honestly. For two of my spots, there was a lot of volatility, but I got there. Yeah, it's always fun to sit down and do these and see how that changes. This is obviously the first time I've ever done it in my life. But do I feel the same way in 20 years? Honestly, probably so. Because there's no one out there that is, for me, giving me the same vibes, same energy as these other folks do. Like, could there possibly be another Denzel someday? Maybe. But yeah, I don't know who. They're not present today.
If he chose right, Michael B. Jordan probably could get there.
Oh, why'd you have to say that? I agree. I believe Michael B. Jordan could be the Michael Jordan of actors, but it's going to depend on, because he's still kind of youngish and very physical. I think it's going to depend on the roles. That's what it comes down to, right? The role choices.
Yeah, it depends on what he chooses. He has to pick the right stuff, and he's not going in that kind of direction, I don't think.
No, well, he did just win an award for
Sinners.
So, he's doing stuff that gets him recognition, but you know what it is? Denzel Washington was doing an interview. I can't remember who he was in the interview with, but it was a young actor saying, hey, how do you go about choosing roles? Because, when you're younger in Hollywood, it's, got as many options, right? His response was, do what you got to do now so that you can do what you want to do later. Yeah. And, there's the Will Smith method where you're doing a lot of action stuff and comedy and some other things. And then you switch it up completely wholesale and try to go dramatic all at once. I don't think that's necessarily the right thing to do. I think it's better to be like Denzel and just pick the right role for you. Whatever that is, whatever that genre is in that moment, pick the right role for you. I hope that's what Michael B. Jordan does, because you're right. He has the potential to be great.
Yeah.
All right. Shut her down.
I'm good with it.
All right. Everyone, thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back soon. Y'all take care.
Later.